It was Trey's face. He was like casually talking. He's like, and he did that. And I was like, what? We forgot to call Carrol. And I was like, holy shit. Yeah, welcome back to the second segment of Guillotines and Guitars in the Hartsville, South Carolina studios. We just got done talking about Toby Keith on the guitar segment. God rest his soul. Now we're moving on to Guillotines. We're moving on to Guillotines.
Yes, we are.
We're talking about The Conjuring.
Oh, Trey's favorite movie.
I got to tell you, I am so excited to be talking about it. I've been trying to get the guys to talk about this movie. I think it's a movie. I've been trying to get the guys to talk about this for a long time.
He's been trying to change the subject for 2 weeks. He don't want to do it. Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about The Conjuring.
Hey, and guess what? You know what's special about this episode or this segment of this episode?
Please tell me. I got a feeling.
We've got Carrol Ganey on the phone.
Yeah!
Hey, better late than never. Better late than never.
Carrol, how you doing, Carrol?
I just want to
doing good.
He was getting sleepy.
I just want
to like, good. Man, this is a long pre podcast session here. I've been waiting for a minute.
Our apologies for last segment for not having you on.
No, we'll just let everybody that's listening or watching this show to watch this show first before you watch the other one,
please.
There we go.
Yeah, because we said we were going to have our co-host Carrol Ganey on, who's in a different location, and the show progressed, and then the show that segment was over with, and then it's like, wait a minute. What were we supposed to have Carrol on?
It was so funny. It was Trey's face. He was like casually talking. He's like, and he did that. And I was like, what? We forgot to call Carrol. And I was like, holy shit. God, we did. Hey, Carrol was texting me like, man, this is the longest pre-show you ever had in my life.
I'm getting kind of tired. I'm about to go to bed.
Getting kind of tired, guys.
I'm about ready to go to bed.
Can we start the first segment of this?
Well, I do want to say before we get started, we're going to take a shot together, all the three of us, and Carrol, if you're not asleep, you can join us with your red stag.
Asleep.
All right,
I will join with the red stag.
All right,
and thank you for that red stag on the table, but I refused it, and I drank my beer.
He refused it.
That was for Scott and Trey.
For this segment, we're going to start off with one of our favorites. This is another Twisted Shots. This is the chocolate buttery nipple. How about that?
That's what I need in my life right now. Chocolate. That's what I need.
With that beer weight loss.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Beer weight loss, yeah.
The chocolate plus the beer weight loss. That's going to get me over the edge right there.
You've been on your beer diet, Chris, while we're talking. How much have you lost?
I've actually lost 3 pounds.
It looks like you gained 20. But anyway.
Must have been them 5 bags under your eyes, pushing your eyes cross-sided, looking at me.
It might be.
He also spent a lot of time in the bathroom earlier.
My tab broke. What am I going to do?
Oh, here we go.
I got issues. Hold on.
I got questions.
I really got issues. Hold on. I got it.
Scott, you need to show him how to work the Twisted Shot.
I got it.
I think so.
All right. Here's the guillotine, guys. Cheers.
That son of a gun had some booze in it.
Oh, it tastes so good. Yes, it did, John.
Yeah, that's a good drink.
That is good.
Thank you. All right. Guillotines. We're talking about the Conjuring. In Rhode Island, Harrisville, I think it was.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Was it? Hold on. I had my if and ands together. Yes, Harrisville, Rhode Island in 1971. The Perrin family moved into this farmhouse with their 5 daughters. couple of nights after they moved in, they started, experiencing some paranormal activities, such as objects moving. The wife would get up and the kitchen would be swept. There would be like a pile of dirt in the middle of the kitchen. Just about every other night. She didn't say every night. She said like every other night. And stuff like that. It wasn't bad. It was just stuff, it gradually got worse as time went on. But what?
My favorite thing is when you have to clear your throat, you jump on a microphone to do it.
He leans in like this. He's like, he talks at this rate. He's like, so when this happened, it was like,
yep.
I don't do that.
Okay.
Every time.
Carry on. It's fine.
But anyway, stuff started happening. Have y'all, as Scott would say, dove in? Did y'all dove into any of this?
Delve
into any of this information?
I did. I got pretty involved in it. The stuff that I was reading and watching online and everything. But I've got a whole bunch of information that I remember. But I figured I want to let you guys talk about it more than me.
Because you don't want to make any mistakes.
I don't want to. No, because I'm lying. I didn't watch anything. I didn't see anything at all.
I gave you a whole week. We agreed last week we was going to talk about this.
I know, and I tried all week long to tell myself, Trey, sit down.
Watch it.
Watch this movie.
No, I'm not.
Did you do any homework?
And I was just like, I've got so many other things I want to do.
Carol, did you do any homework?
I did do a little homework, so
good.
And I have seen the movie also, but ain't the movie like loosely based off real life events?
Exactly.
Lawsuits involved and
yeah, exactly. So I don't want to get too ahead of the game because I'm going to explain it later, but. The movie,
The Conjuring, is based off
Hollywood beefed this movie up.
What, like they do everything, but so The Conjuring is based off of what?
It was just a haunting.
But it was
off a woman, Bathsheba was her name. It was a witch that lived in this.
She was accused of killing an infant. Correct.
That's correct.
Actually, that's not what the movie was. That's what the movie. They portrayed it as, but that wasn't real life. What happened?
Yes.
I thought that was the real story.
No, that's not the real story.
Well, please tell us, Scott.
So let's go into The Conjuring is loosely based off of the Warrens, who were
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. Who were
ghost hunters, basically.
Paranormal investigators.
Yeah.
And they went to this house, this family, the Perrin family.
Yep.
And I think, and I watched a video with the eldest daughter. I think her name was
Cynthia.
No, that's the youngest, I think. but eldest was Andrea. But I watched her. She tells a story, and it's actually it's interesting watching it. But she said that the Conjuring was, basically based off of their story, but it there was a lot of things that wasn't right in it, like the mother,
the basement.
The mother was possessed by
Bathsheba.
Bathsheba. But that wasn't who she was possessed by, according to the oldest daughter. And they did that because there was it was like Hollywood does everything. They they take a story and they
flip it, make it beefier. Let's get on with this story, then.
Yeah, and they make it better. But I mean, so that's what. But the whole story was the oldest daughter thinks that there were certain parts in the story that that she said were true, like the
basement exorcism.
yeah.
So you did see where you did see where she said, I went down there unexpectedly, nobody knew, and I saw my mother. I didn't know who she was. She was speaking a different tongue, and her appearance was different. You saw all that, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't what actually happened. It wasn't in the basement.
What the hell happened then? She just told you what happened.
No, what? I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm going by what she said, and this is the girl who was there witnessing everything, and there was also the rest of her family, and there was a priest, and then the Warrens were there too.
Mm-hmm.
When
That's true.
When they had the seance
In the basement.
it wasn't in the basement.
It was in the basement.
The movie portrays it in the basement.
Nope. I got it right here in the basement.
Okay. Anyway, let me.
Oh, anyway. Now it's anyway.
No. Anyway, let me.
Your
explain
credibility
what-
just went
and
down.
You
now liar.
I'm going by what I read. Anyway,
You Bashivath.
so what happened was the
Continue.
oldest daughter said that her mother was in the chair and something contorted her body to like a ball, and she said, "I've never seen."
So she was like Sonic the Hedgehog? Like when he
I guess, but she was in this chair,
and
then-
Miles came down and saved her.
and she was like, all of a sudden, the chair levitated with her mom in it.
Now, that's freaky. That
Well, I
is
know.
freaky.
And,
Right
and
there.
And she said, her whole family was there. Her father was there. And there was a priest there also with the Warrens. And the Warrens were there. And she said she remembers the priest.
Going?
No, she said she remembers the priest being in a corner.
Hold on. Was the priest going ticka ticka ticka?
No, the priest was. She said the priest was in a corner, like scared to death,
Terrified.
and the chair with her mom in it flew up against the wall. And I remember she saying, "We all heard my mom's head hit the wall, like it was." And
That's real.
She was. This is She said this was all. This was real. This is what happened.
In the basement.
Well, it wasn't in the basement. But
I need you to say the basement because it's
But
in
it
here in this
wasn't-
basement.
And in the movie, it was in the basement. But
Well, in this literature,
Let's say in the house.
this literature,
Yeah.
it says basement.
okay, well,
So you read some
Let's
false
agree.
propaganda.
either I read false propaganda,
Well,
or you're reading false propaganda now.
Either
way.
so her head hits the wall. All right, continue.
Yeah. Well, and
Shit hits the fan. Let's go.
They were all scared to death that she
I'm
was
running
dead.
upstairs
Oh, you run upstairs.
because we're in the basement.
Chris is leaving everyone behind.
I know. Anyway,
Yeah, just say in the house.
happened
I'm
in
good
the
with that.
house.
All right.
what's
Yeah.
All right. So the head hits the wall. Go ahead. I'm ready.
and well,
I thought it was a bathroom. Go ahead. I'm trying to take all this in, but as someone who has not read anything or watched anything,
watch the movies.
all I know, I'm trying to take this
you
in.
any further
I'm trying to take this in, and you're killing
knowledgeable
me,
about what's going on than
Chris.
anything?
I mean, no, I don't know anything about it. I only know that there was a movie called The Conjuring, and that's all I know.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm trying to
deep in your story.
I'm trying to learn as we go. When you guys
All right.
are killing me, I'm really starting to think it would happen in the bathroom.
To sum up everything, there was a family that they were having paranormal activities in their house.
Yeah.
And the Warrens came in, who were paranormal investigators, and they witnessed all this stuff going on. And the movie,
I gotta have some drink to this shit.
the movie is
Go ahead and get that second one ready.
Yeah, the movie is the movie is based off of that. So there was paranormal activity going on, and there was a evil spirit, which Hollywood like to do is they glamorize it, which it wasn't the actual spirit in real life. Supposedly, from what I've read about the family. But anyway, and this is what happened. And the movie tells about all the things going on in the house. That's it. Sum it up. That's it.
So the house wasn't supposedly haunted because of the infant that was supposed to be sacrificed or whatever.
By Bathsheba.
No, because that actually didn't happen in the house.
Okay.
That was the Bathsheba Sherman
Yeah.
did
Yeah, on the
not
Sherman
live.
property.
She did not live on the property. She lived a mile away.
And
she was
another,
a neighbor.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
And she was considered, a lot of the town people thought she was a witch. And
Right.
there was
The original ghost
infant.
haunting thing there was a ghost telling there was bodies buried in the walls. Correct? There were soldiers buried in the walls.
There was a lot of things going on.
Yeah. But that was the original haunt, though, that the little girl said a spirit would come to her every night saying there's soldiers buried in the walls. And then a female-like creature with her neck turned sideways went to the mother and said, if you don't leave here, I will, what did she say? I will force you out by death or...
Well, see, and that's the thing that it was the oldest parent daughter said was that it was. She said it wasn't Bathsheba Sharon. She was like, because this woman had a broken neck.
Yeah.
Or the
like the bent neck
that
lady
her mother was seeing.
Yeah.
Said it had a broken neck, and in the actual home, which it was called
the Roger or something plantation.
I forget the name.
I know what you're talking about.
But the woman who used to live in the house hung herself in the barn,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what the oldest parent daughter thinks is that's who it was. It wasn't Bathsheba Sharon, and that's what the whole thing had, and just like the movie was. It had the evil spirit as being Bathsheba. But
Bathsheba wasn't a bad woman, as I found out.
Well, from what I've read, I don't think she was either.
No.
Even though, I don't know, they keep going back to where there was an infant in her care that died.
Right, that she sacrificed.
And that they say she sacrificed.
Yeah.
But she was found not guilty.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, she was acquitted.
Yeah.
That's right.
So... and I tried to look and find out why. Okay, if she was found not guilty, there was an infant in her care that had a puncture wound in the head.
Yep, like a needle hole.
How did that happen? And if she was found not guilty, how did that happen? And I can't find anything on it.
It was not
All
enough.
I can find
it was
is,
not enough evidence to
all I can
acquit.
find-
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah, if the needle hole don't fit, you must quit.
I'm just saying.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
But I don't understand how they keep saying it was an infant in her care that was dead, that murdered, and they found a puncture wound with a needle.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
There was not enough evidence to, I'm like, okay, well, give me more information. What do you think happened to the infant? Obviously, somebody killed the infant.
Oh, yeah.
If it was in her care and you don't think she did it, then who did it,
Well, she
and
could
I
have
haven't
been
been able to
acquitted
find
because they didn't have enough evidence.
Well, I understand that. But if the infant was in her care, who do they think did it? Or,
Well, they could have thought that she done it. They just might not have had enough evidence to prove that she done it.
But either way, through investigating, this whole thing on my behalf, because I'm an excellent investigator.
You are.
So, Chris, on your behalf,
Hollywood beefed this story up, and they made it.
That's what they're
as
supposed to
as they do anything. I mean, you want to.
Well, I was excited about I was excited about this story because I didn't do my investigation before we did this story. But as, coming up to this night, I did my investigation. I was like, this is a bunch of bullshit. I was like, man, Hollywood just totally messed this thing up. Because in my mind, I was like, the Conjuring house, that thing needs to be burnt to hell down. It needs to be like trampled over and buried twice. It needs to be dug up and buried again.
Well, I mean, But that's what Hollywood. They want something to be that you like, that you keeps you interested in watching. That's what they do.